The Hungarian parliament has just passed a law in the past few minutes that bans what is described as the promotion and portrayal of homosexuality and gender reassignment among those under 18. The right-wing government of Prime Minister Viktor Orban says the law, similar to one enforced in Russia, protects children from gay propaganda. Rights groups, though, say it will make sex education in schools difficult and could lead to films being banned as well. On Monday, thousands of Hungarians took part in the protest against the move. Joining me now live from Brussels is Gwendolyn Deblos-Corfield, who is the European Parliament's rapporteur on the situation in Hungary. Thanks for joining us. There was a demonstration, wasn't there, outside Parliament there? It didn't change anything. It shows that Orban is not without opposition, but he's still got a majority of getting these laws through.
Orban has this majority for years now. He did a constitutional change a few years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. That means that now he has 2/3 of the majority, always in parliament, so he can do whatever he wants anyway. So people can oppose by words, oppose by manifestations, demonstrations, but they cannot oppose by vote anymore because he always gets this majority in parliament. That is how he changed the constitution.
And yet the past law about redefining or defining constitutionally marriage as that between a man and a woman did have the backing of a majority of Hungarians.
This is always a bit difficult to know what is the backing exact, because it's difficult. Today, the situation of media, the situation of free speech is so bad in Hungary. To make a very strict prognostic on this would be difficult. What is clear is that when you do survey about LGBTI people or about European values, Hungarian people are no more homophobic than any other people, and they are very attached to European values. So to know exactly how you understand the Hungarian people is more difficult than just believing what Orban and his people say.
So what impact will this law, which is piggybacked, I think, on the back of a law about paedophilia, what impact will that have?
So yes, indeed, it's a little part of a huge law, and you didn't have the choice to vote some parts or another. That's why the opposition decided to not vote any of it, because it was so difficult to choose, because some of it is so bad and some of it can be okay. The impact is going to be exactly like in Russia, a criminalization of LGBTI content. And so this leads to a criminalization of LGBTI, a stigmatization, a further discrimination of these people, and a very, very outrageous, scandalous opposition. Comparison between pedophilia and LGBTI people on one hand, and on the other hand, no real efficient public policies against child abuse. It's all about stigmatizing LGBT content, but it's not proposing any tools to really tackle child abuse. So it's not resolving the problems of these children in danger, but it is stigmatizing all sorts of other people.
Just briefly, what impact and how damaging for school children, perhaps wanting to learn more about this as they're struggling with their own sexuality?
Yes, they will have huge difficulties to get access to diverse content, to know about who they are and what they can feel, and to understand themselves. But more largely, it will also have a chilling effect on any content about health, sexual reproductive rights, about your identity. So it will be a problem for all children and all young people in this moment where you wonder about yourself, your body, who you are. So it's going to be very harmful for a lot of people. It's coming back to ages ago when we thought, you mustn't speak truth to children and you mustn't explain anything and give no information to young people. It's just a blind way of giving ignorance to all of our youngsters.
Gwendolyn Deblos-Corfield, thank you very much indeed for joining us.